Have you watched The Mandalorian?
No, I bailed. I watched the first 2 episodes because episode 3 was the one with they went off talked about that guy that's not usually part of the story and didn't have much of the Mandalorian. I didn't see that one, and I said, "Well, I know what they're doing now. They're ruining everything." So I'm out. No more am I going to hate watch something.
Okay. Okay, so it's not as bad as you're making it out to be, though. Like it's got some issues. It's not perfect by any means this season. It took forever, like you said. It's taken forever to get to the story.
Sounds bad.
Well, we just watched episode 7.
Yeah.
Right? Episode 8 is the last episode.
Yeah. Episode 6, they introduced the story.
Barely. At the end of episode 6.
Sounds bad.
Okay, but I mean, there's things happening in the show.
Imagine you don't know what's happening in a movie until 10 minutes before the movie ends.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not disagreeing.
Oh, and for 45 minutes of the movie, it's about a character that you've never seen before and has nothing to do with anything.
Yeah, listen, I don't understand why they do that. I don't understand why they have an episode of characters that they've just introduced for this one episode, and it's a story that nobody cares about in that one episode, and you don't see the main character.
What I've heard is that the creators of this show are trying to introduce
Spin-offs.
a whole bunch of things from the Legends series and the Rebels series.
Well, that's what I
because
would believe that.
The Mandalorian is done. They think Pedro Pascal is gone, and so now they have to have Bo-Katan, and they have to have this guy, and they have to have this, and now we're going to branch off into all these different things because the Mandalorian is finished.
Yeah, well, I mean, I have noticed in the last episode when Bo-Katan and Din Djarin were in the ship, that Grogu was sitting on Bo-Katan.
Yeah, and
Right.
they figure it's going to
Well, it is her ship. She is piloting.
Yeah, but he's sitting on her instead of...
Yes.
And so people are saying that she's taking over from Pedro Pascal.
Well,
He's gone.
the series this year so far has been more Bo-Katan than it has been,
Yes, it has. Yeah.
the Mandalorian.
But they're making some giant like leaps that I'm not crazy about. Like we remember I think it was the first episode when we first saw Bo-Katan, and she was like depressed sitting on that throne alone because everybody left her.
They Luke Skywalker
Right.
her.
And so from there, a couple episodes later, she saves a little boy, and now all of Mandalore is following her.
Yes.
Like she's the leader of Mandalore
Which,
now.
by the way, was one of the most ridiculous stories I've ever seen on TV ever, was the rescue of that little boy.
From the Dragon Nest? Or...
Yeah.
From the... Like, it took a day to get to them.
Yeah.
That kid would have been digested.
That kid would have been like,
Yeah.
the babies aren't hungry, apparently, for a day and a half.
Yeah.
That she's just stocking food in the nest.
Uh-huh.
What did they bring a playmate? For the, like, come on, it was so bad. So bad.
Okay, so...
But they found a reason that, now the Darksaber actually belongs to you.
And there's no fight. I thought at least they're going to have a fight over it or something.
No.
No. Here you go.
Yeah. Because you earned it
By saving
me. Yeah.
No, like the Darksaber goes to the one who wins in combat.
This is how they've changed
This is how
it.
they did it, though.
She did not win it in
No,
combat.
she did not.
Okay, tell me again how it's not bad.
Okay. I'm not saying that it's not... It doesn't
So it's
have
not
problems.
focused on the Mandalorian, it's focused on Bo-Katan.
Yes.
The Darksaber, which is the big thing that came out of the last season, was handed over in a way that doesn't make sense and goes against their own rules.
Right. Also, and this is not helping my story, but also, you understand the forger, the lady that's the sort of the leader, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. So this whole season was about Din Djarin having to go to the living waters to redeem himself, right? Because he took off his helmet. So in this season, episode 6, maybe 5, she says to Bo-Katan, "You walk both worlds. You can take off your helmet and bring us all together."
Why?
And all of our traditional people who are living here, who still have to wear their helmet, you guys have to be okay with it.
Why does she say that? Because she was a fundamentalist at the beginning.
Yeah.
Because now they're trying to retake Mandalore, and they need to bring the
and you
tribes
need
back
all of
together.
your people. But okay, so to do that, you're willing to just not pay attention to all your traditional beliefs.
Yeah.
Right?
Like, it's just sad. Like,
It's-
why are they
it's
giving
become-
us this garbage?
Yeah, it's become sad. And I found that the Mandalorian has become a series where they forget that they're bounty hunters. Right? So season 1, you actually had those little the things, and you're bounty hunting, and you're searching out your prey, and you're going after them. We haven't seen any of that in 2 seasons.
No, now they're being hunted.
Right.
More than anything else.
Like, they're not bounty hunters anymore. What are they?
It's like, let's do a series on Boba Fett where he's not Boba Fett. Like, Star Wars doesn't even know what Star Wars is.
No, Star Wars knows what it is. Fans know what it is. It's the people writing it. And I saw, I don't agree with some of these commentators sometimes, those hate channels and that, who just can't wait to crap on stuff all the time. But one I saw the other day had the perfect example of it. He says, when Mario was being made, the Super Mario movie, the guy who created Mario stepped in and said, no, you're not doing that to Mario. Like, Mario is going to be sidelined. More along of more.
It was going to be a Princess
Peach
Yeah.
hero movie, and he said, "No, Mario's my guy. He's the brand name of our company. You're making a Mario movie, or you're not doing it all." And so they did. What's it doing? It's breaking records right now because the fans appreciate doing something that the fans know.
Yeah.
All the studios out there right now who take over these properties are going, well, we want to write the stories so it brings in a new generation.
I don't even think
And
they're
they're-
doing that. I think they're saying, we don't want to be canceled, so we're going to pander.
No, but by bringing in a new generation, they're forgetting all the millions and billions of dollars that people spent on Star Wars stuff and what they want in a Star Wars movie. They don't want new characters that no one's ever heard of. You can introduce some new characters, but they don't all have to be new characters all at once. And you don't crap on the old characters.
So, episode 6 and 7, were they entertaining TV shows? If you forget about everything, the storyline for the season.
It's getting worse, right? So, like, I still like the show. I still enjoy watching the Star Wars stuff, but their attempt sometimes at, like, throwing little comedy things in, like there's a whole scene where, you remember that robot that they in episode 1 that they
can shoot all
right,
over the place
that
there.
guy? Okay, so they've gutted him, and they've made it so that he is basically just a vehicle. So a small being such as Grogu can sit inside him and control him. And so they had this comedy bit where Grogu gets in, and he just keeps hitting the yes button, yes button, yes button, and walking around bumping into things and squeezing fruit in a vendor. Like, it's just, okay, you put that in, but it has nothing to do with the story, and it's not good.
Well, I think they're trying to capitalize on... Everybody loved The Mandalorian in the beginning because Grogu was so cute. And they know that's their only merchandising, so they're trying to continue that.
Okay, but make it good. Like, if you want people to enjoy Grogu and to buy into Grogu, make Grogu good.
Yeah, that scene where they had Grogu fighting the other kid Mandalorian, and he does that flip, and it looks so bad and so fake, it was ridiculous.
But didn't we appreciate The Mandalorian for keeping some of the old...
Puppetry?
Traditional
Puppetry, yeah.
stuff.
I get
in
that,
it.
and some of that is fine for me, right? But that's all they've got. Just Grogu
But he didn't like it.
jumping.
No, that jumping was like it's like somebody took a doll and just
And that's probably what they did.
over like this. Like, it looked bad. It looked really, really bad. And the whole plot of that whole episode was dumb.
Do you think that how bad it looked was an attempt to say, yeah, we know it's bad, and that's why people are going to love it because
Maybe that was
we
their
make it
thought.
bad intentionally?
No, because here, when we saw Yoda all the time, and he's always walking with that cane and everything, and then all of a sudden he has a fight scene.
And he goes nuts.
And he's flipping and everyone went, oh, that was cool. Here, it's just, it's stupid looking. And I hate to say it, but like the writing of the show this year is absolutely terrible. Last year was not terrific. And guess what? I don't blame Perez for trying to get out of this show. Because he doesn't need it anymore. He's a much better actor than what they're doing in this series.
Yeah, he's had success after success. And
like, he's one of the most sought-after actors in Hollywood right now. Why would he want to do this garbage?
Yeah.
Right now. Like, hey, in your Boba Fett series, do you think you might want to have Boba Fett? Be Boba Fett. Oh, and also in The Mandalorian, do you think you might want to have Mando in it? In once in a while. And not every other character, and he's just a sideline guy now. Right? At least in the first 2 seasons, he was doing stuff. He was helping people. He was trying to do his own missions.
You can tell that this season they're trying to move away from him being the main character.
Well, even the directors are coming out and say Mandalorian means anybody can be a Mandalorian out there. Well, actually, no. Bo-Katan can be a Mandalorian. Nobody else can be a Mandalorian because that's what they're leading to. They're going to try and spin. And they also are talking about the next movie where they're going to bring Mando and Ahsoka and all the television series characters together
They shouldn't do
in
that.
one movie.
They shouldn't do that.
Well, they're not going to do it because it would bomb. And we'll see what happens to Disney after the end of this year.
do you remember,
So-
like, season 1, when we thought Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau were going to be the saviors of Star Wars?
I don't know if Jon Favreau is even involved this year.
Well, I've
He's on the credits.
I've seen a few stories where he's had enough and he wants out. That's only a rumor, but I haven't seen any saving of Star Wars. Like, it's like
Because I think it was hijacked from him.
you had the sequels that really trashed everything, and then it's gone straight down from there.
Yeah, but I think
Yeah, although-
I think
Here's to be fair.
it's Kathleen Kennedy.
None of us watched Andor. And supposedly that's been the best Star Wars written. It's even been nominated for awards, like story-wise. So, and they never award like sci-fi.
But there's a
in these
reason.
things.
It's the same thing as
So-
Solo. Like, you give us trash. Maybe you're going to bring something out good next, but nobody's going to watch it.
Exactly.
And that's your fault.
That's right.
So why are they continuing to give us garbage? They know it's garbage.
Yeah. Well, that leads us into our next video. So you're going to have to stick around for that because now we're going to talk about the upcoming Star Wars trailers and the Marvel trailer coming up. So stay tuned for that video.